So let's make it interesting for the viewers. There's so much in the being talked about with AI. Irfan, I'm intrigued with just the general wave and how fast things are moving. Have you ever thought about the possibility of any of the AI you've deployed going rogue?
This is one question I get asked all the time from even a kid in the neighborhood to somebody very senior in the industry. So let me give you my perspective. The possibility of AI going rogue or exhibiting unintended or harmful behavior is a concern in artificial intelligence from the time we started off, right? While AI systems are designed and programmed by humans, they can potentially behave in a way that was not anticipated by the creators, leading to, of course, unintended consequences. But when we go inside and we're transforming customers and of course, putting AI as a catalyst, are some of the factors which we consider very clearly before we go in. First of all, lack of understanding, right? We have to understand that AI systems, especially those based on deep learning and neural network, could be highly complex and difficult to understand fully. So there is a lack of transparency, inherent lack of transparency, which can make predicting and controlling their behavior challenging, leading to unexpected outcome. So we have to really watch out for that. Second, which is, I would say, a more controllable aspect, which is poorly defined objectives. You have to understand the AI systems are specifically designed with a specific objectives or goal in mind. Now, if these objectives are not met or not defined clearly, and there are flaws in the design, the AI will take action that are not aligned to human values and, of course, ethics, right? So a very careful specification on objectives, continuous refining is always necessary right now to do it. The third bullet would be safeguard and control. Implementing safeguards and control with the AI system can really reduce the chances of it going rogue. Things like incorporating rules, constraints, implementing mechanism for human intervention, super important, and employing reinforcement learning techniques is super helpful. The last one, of course, and the most important one, is ethical framework needs to be put together right now, so that whatever we're doing in this beautiful world of AI is in the best interest of society. So the summary is it's so important to note that while the possibility of AI going rogue is a concern, it's not inherent characteristic of AI. Rasool, as much as I said that, there is one thing which I would love your perspective, being in the industry and being a thought leader. What do you think are the hits and misses of AI so far?
Yeah, this is a great question. It's something that I think about quite a bit. On the one hand, I'm thrilled at the speed. I don't think that we've seen anything like this in recent times in technology. Not since the mobile adoption of the smartphones and then back into the internet itself. 2023 has been a year of change, and we've clearly gone from a digital transformation into an AI transformation. So it's fascinating to think about in the next 10 years, with so much that's changed in just the last 12 months, where we might be. In terms of the hits and the early successes, I think with a lot of this has made accessibility to intelligence and the quality of intelligence much less expensive, if you will, much more economical for more people. So the cost of intelligence and some of the capabilities that these technologies provide will now be more accessible to small businesses, to everyday persons, to startups, which will create, I think, a tidal wave of innovation in so many different verticals. One example is healthcare. You can imagine just how many lives can be saved through automation and more, I would say, surgical diagnoses and the speed of the diagnoses that AI can offer, in addition to supply chain, which is where DEMATIC operates today. You think about how quickly we can move packages. It's not just from a consumer perspective, but there are many critical products and services and packages and et cetera that need to flow through this same supply chain that now can get to those recipients, much faster. You did mention a couple of the misses, and major concerns that I see right now is AI is becoming so good and so sophisticated at natural language processing, it's becoming more and more difficult to distinguish between human and AI interactions, which raises, concerns, legitimate concerns around authenticity and trust, potential for manipulation, deception. These things will have to be monitored very, very closely, and you can see that in some of the conversations that are taking place, even up through the various governments around the world. Secondly, is there's a huge risk of misinformation around media with some of the deep fakes and synthetic media processing, false headlines, and etc. Sometimes it can get a little salacious around, how big this problem really is, but it is something that actually needs to be monitored very closely so that, regular everyday folks are not misled, that the wrong potential solutions for things and problems are not put out there, so that, AI becomes a bad word instead of delivering on all the promise that, you and I believe that it can believe. So, keeping all of that in mind, I think we are going into this with our eyes open. I think that everyone, including myself and yourself, we are aware of the concerns as you kind of outlined just there. And so we're not going in this just irrationally and recklessly. And I think that's, you're going to keep us, with the proper guardrails and et cetera in place. I'm truly excited about what the future holds for AI, for data, and then certainly for our partnership. I think we're going to continue to bring good solutions to life and continue to add value and create value, quite frankly, for our clients.
That's such a good perspective, Rasool. We've got to have these conversations more often. And for us, it's super exciting time because if you look at the vision of CloudSufi, we are here to reduce the gap between human intuitions and data-backed decisions. And this vision was carved years back. So for us, it's a gold rush to make sure of innovation which we can build together. So I look forward to talking to you a lot more in future. And thank you so much for taking time out, Rasool.
Absolutely.